And now, Friday Night Fever with Mike Ludlum.
Good evening, everyone. Calumet and Negaunee meet for the fourth time in the past 2 seasons. This one is in a Division 6 district final. Negaunee won both regular season contests, but could the Copper Kings turn the tables in the playoffs for the second year in a row? Both teams' defenses very strong tonight. First, Copper Kings in the fourth quarter. Brock Aho can't find anywhere to go, and this would force a punt. Oh, by the way, we're scoreless. Then the punt bounces off Aho as Jacob Bennett tries to get another kickoff, but Calumet will get it in very good field position near midfield. Then Russ Bajorn will burrow into the end zone. With just over 2 minutes left, it's 6-0 Copper Kings. The two-point conversion was no good. After a 15-yard penalty, Brock Aho was looking deep downfield on about 3rd and 30, and Eric Hurst answers the prayer, and he's tackled at the 5-yard line with a first down. Under a minute to go. Then on 4th down, after some penalties, Aho, no to Anthony Hammermaster. The Copper Kings, for the second year in a row, excuse Negaunee from the playoffs by a count of 6-0.
Quite a game between the Calumet Copper Kings and the Negaunee Miners. Every game is like this. We feel fortunate to come away with that win because that was one heck of a team over there. But wow, what a great job by the Copper Kings tonight.
We were just keeping each other up, letting each other know that we can't let this be our last football game for us seniors. We just had our heads high and we were playing with full confidence.
So Calumet will take home the district trophy, and even better, they're going to be home next week for the regional final. To the scoreboard, because Maple City Glen Lake defeated Roscommon by the count of 36-12. So it will be the Lakers and the Copper Kings. I'm guessing that game will be on Saturday. To Division 7, Iron Mountain. Long trip to Traverse City to take on the St. Francis Gladiators. Opening drive, Danny Passano looking for Gabe Callery on 3rd and 15, and the next thing you know, it's a 56-yard touchdown and 7-0 for the Gladiators. Mountaineers on offense, Aaron Bolo looking for Carson Wonders, usually a good idea, and he finds him for 35 yards. Same drive, Bolo looking for a middle screen, but it's snuffed out by Ryan Lintz, and the ball's going in the other direction. For St. Francis, here comes Callery again, and this one's going to be good for 56 yards and a touchdown and a 14-0 lead. Mountaineers forced the punt a little while later. Pretty good kick. Unfortunately, it's going to end up in the hands of Callery again. And as we've already seen, this is not looking good. 53 yards for the score, a 21-0 lead in the second quarter, and the Gladiators rolled to the district title 54-6. Let's go to Division 8, St. Ignace and Newberry. Marty Spencer trying to postpone his last game as Saints coach. Fast start. Kenny Rickley takes the handoff, and he is off to the races. This is good for 46 yards and the touchdown. But it wasn't all roses for the Saints, as quarterback Steve Cecilia springs right, heaves it back left, but knocked down by Jeff Rahali. Rahali, moments later, intercepted by Mac Engelhardt. And he gets a pretty good return for the Indians. A pass here works from John Paramsky to Casey Went, but turnovers hurt Newberry as they have in the games that have not worked out well this year. Paramsky is picked off by Mitchell Peterson in the end zone, and that's about the way it would go most of the rest of the night. St. Ignace, your winner in this one by the count of 26-6. So the Saints win the district title. And next, St. Ignace will take on the winner of tomorrow's game between Norway and Lakeland and Hubble. That one starts at 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central Time. If the Lakes win, it will be in Lake Linden. If Norway wins, I have to double check where that one's going to be. Also on the board in Division 4, Grand Rapids Catholic Central ran past Allendale 38-7, so the Escanaba Alma winner gets GRCC. And in Division 5, Reed City holds off Remus Chippewa Hills 34-28. That means the winner of the Grayling Menominee game will travel to Reed City for the regional final. 8-man football. Let's go to the OK Corral, also known as North Central, where the defending state champs are taking on Forest Park for the second time this year. And Jason Whitens finds a path, gets a block, and that's good for 41 yards and a touchdown. It's 6-0. Jump to the second quarter late. Dan Nasserini for Forest Park. Looks like he's going to run, but he decides, nope, I see somebody open. That's Parker Sundell. The Jets still have the lead, but it's only 34-30. Jump to the second half, 46-30. Jets. Whitens looking to throw. He's only had 2 interceptions this season, and Dan Nasserini has this one. A good one back that led to a touchdown, and all of a sudden the Trojans only trailed 46-38. There would be a defensive stop by Forest Park, and then the ball's going to go into the hands of Connor Bortolini, and Connor all of a sudden says, I've got lots of green grass in front of me. And he's good for 75 yards and a touchdown. They missed a 2-point conversion. Jets still led 46-44. And North Central would respond. Whitens to Marcus Krasinski. That's good for a touchdown. 2-point missed again, but the Jets led 52-44. Forest Park lost the ball on a bad snap, and then Whitens will go to the house one more time from 22 yards. And by the time the smoke cleared, North Central goes on to win by the score of 60-50. So who will the Jets take on in the 8-man semifinal? Pickford or Engadine? Pickford's in white, Engadine's in green. And Pickford would start with the ball, an 8-play drive. Jonah Bailey to Derek Eddington. Well, it's a good thing he's about 6'7". He pulls it in, and it's 8-0 Panthers after the 2-point conversion. Engadine trying to answer on its first drive. Down to the 1-yard line. The Eagles are going to fumble. You see the ball right there. It takes a few minutes for the officials to figure it out, but it was Panthers football. At least that's what they decided. There it is. But Joe Austin's Eagles crew would get back in this one, capitalizing with Scout Bigger on the 14-yard touchdown. We're tied at 8 still in quarter number 1. Pickford added a touchdown to go up 16-8. Engadine would answer. Scout Bigger, again, 19 yards and house. That makes it 16-14 as Pickford stopped the 2-point conversion. Panthers looking to do more before the half, and Wyatt Boyk is still a pretty darn good running back, and he's going to find some room. Cruises into the end zone. That made it 22-14, and Pickford knocks off previously undefeated Engadine 30-28. So Pickford will travel to North Central for the state semifinal. To college hockey, a couple of non-conference contests this weekend for 2 of the UP teams. We'll start with Michigan Tech as they went down to East Lansing to take on the Spartans first period. Zach Osborne's going to get his second of the year at 7:33. Spartans lead 1-0. Michigan Tech would counter with Mason Blaylock to make it 1-1. Tech had a 2-1 lead thanks to Jake Lucchini, but the Spartans score on the power play. That's Mason Appleton from Osborne and Joe Cox at 16-18 to tie it at 2. Third period didn't settle a whole heck of a lot, so let's go to overtime where Mason Appleton on the power play is going to get the game winner past Angus Redmond, and the Spartans get the victory 3-2. NMU was down in Madison, Wisconsin, and Dominic Shine scored the first 2 goals of his season, and the Wildcats turned back the Badgers 5-2. What's up with Lake Superior State? 5 different players scored, and the Lakers down Minnesota State 5-1. And it was Bowling Green 4, Ferris State 1, and 2 other games are taking place in Alaska. Taking on Hillsdale. We'll pick this one up in the second set. Rachel Braunschweig, Jamie Hogaboom, and that's Madison Whitehead for the kill. And she had 14. NMU goes on to win the set 25-21 and the match 3-0. Michigan Tech beat Northwood in volleyball 3-0. Ferris over Lake State 3-1. High school volleyball district finals. Houghton over Menominee 3-0 in Class B. Class D, your winners were Kearney-Nadeau over Stevenson, Forest Park over Wakefield. And in soccer, Michigan Tech advances to the final on the women's tournament. Have a great weekend.